Battlefield. Earth. Battlefield. Earth.
Yay, I'm excited for this one.
I'm happy to be in finally something not a cave or
Right?
forest or something. Like, it's
Good
at
start.
least something new.
I think this is a fundamental problem we're going to have, in which case, if I was watching this movie straight through, I would grow accustomed and just get used to how awful it is. But when you take a break and you come back to it, it's like a fucking slap across the face every fucking time.
Pretty much.
Uh,
Pretty much.
Like when my mic loses focus, just a slap across
Your
the fucking-
camera?
Fucking, yeah.
There's a lot to unpack here, and the other problem with like a week, we recorded a couple episodes a couple weeks ago. We're back now. Oh yeah, by the way, this is Battlefield Earth, guys. We're back
Yes,
to Battlefield
Battlefield
Earth.
Earth.
Battlefield Earth.
You didn't know where we were.
We know where we were. But now you know. This is minute 10. I forget like where we were, and now I'm remembering we did the mini golf thing, and we're back. And they just like walk out of the woods.
Yeah,
And
remember
the
they made
big-
that stupid deal? And he's like, oh, I'll show you a real god. And he's like, okay. And kind of runs along with them.
Yes.
So stupid.
And in the interim, between watching this minute and the last minute, AJ had posted something on Slack saying that the DP was told everything had to be on a Dutch angle, so everything is angled. And now, I can't unsee it.
I know, it's horrible. Well, we did talk about that previously. We're like, why are they using all these weird angles? Like, we said that.
You know what I think it is? I think the tripod they had was just like broken, and they're like, fuck it, everything's on an angle.
Well, it's interesting. Like, everything also crossfades into the next scene. Every single scene. Crossfade, crossfade, crossfade.
The genius behind that though is like transitional moments are hard to figure out when you're not when you're making movies.
Yeah,
And this is like, you don't
solves
need
it.
to figure that out. Just fucking crossfade across everything. Do the
Just
the
George
wipe.
Lucas crossfade that shit. You're good.
Wipe
Star
it-
wipe next time.
Curtain closed, curtain opened.
Wipe the shame away is what I think is what it's about. So we got the 3 mongoloids. Is that a proper? Are you allowed to say mongoloids?
I don't
or is
think
that
that's
bad?
proper.
I think it's a bad word.
Wait, mongoloid is a bad word now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What does it mean? I thought it just meant like
Buffoon.
yeah, like an idiot.
But I think it's
because-
also like. Oh, go ahead, Mark. You probably know.
I was
better.
gonna say people just use it like it's like not being able to call someone retard anymore.
Oh, really? It's the same thing as that?
Yeah.
I also think it's
Oh,
like used
God.
typically for people that are overweight.
Oh my God, AJ! I said that on the last podcast talking about people from Kentucky.
Well, that
Oh, that
makes
might
sense.
be accurate.
I think that might fit. All right, I won't say that word anymore. I didn't know it was that bad.
I don't
just
know if
thought-
it's that bad. You don't hear it.
I take
anymore.
it if Mark says it's bad, that means it's got to be bad because Mark
Yeah.
says some shit.
Mark's on that shit wagon.
Mark's-
He knows.
Mark's offensive as fuck.
Yeah.
He's not woke, and you can't hashtag cancel him.
Yeah,
He's
that's right.
uncancelable.
That's right.
If you canceled me, I wouldn't even know I was canceled. I don't go on social media.
He's
I
so
might be
boomer,
canceled
you-
and I don't even know it.
Yeah, he's so boomer you can't cancel him.
That's right.
Um,
He's in the front row of every Chappelle show.
I didn't watch that. I didn't watch it, but I will watch
I
it.
didn't
guess,
either.
at some point. All right,
Yeah,
let's dive in.
so,
So we got the city.
Let's talk about
introduced.
this still image behind what's supposed to be a city.
It's a matte painting with some foliage.
I
in front
actually
that's
like that they
real.
went for the matte painting.
Me
You
too.
know, because that shot reminds me a lot of like The Walking Dead, and it brought me out of reality when it turned into the matte painting, and I'm here for it. You know.
So
I mean, it looks better than anything they could have done with CGI back in that time, too.
That's
So,
fair. That's fair.
how did they not see the big city?
Yeah, that's what I was going to bring up. If you're at the top of a mountain, how do you not see that settlement that's like down over yonder?
Yeah, I mean it has to be within like a half a day's ride or something, right?
I mean, it's not even.
that.
It's like mid-morning. He left in the morning.
Yeah,
with
he found
the
the golf
horse.
course. Now he's
He
here.
got-
I
yeah,
mean,
a
we
regular
don't know
golf
because
course.
of the slide, but it seems like they just slid over across the way. And they're like, hey, there's a city.
Everybody get on.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and all the while they're bantering about like a local legend of the gods and not being able to be with mortal women or something.
Yeah.
Some
The
nonsense.
You think it's-
frozen. They're calling the statues
Frozen.
frozen people.
Do you think it's weird that all these cars that are on the street are all rusted the same, and some of them are buffed the same with like a buffer gun, and then there's nothing inside them? They're just like shells.
No, AJ, it's 1,000 years. This is exactly what happens.
That's
to
what
cars
happens
after
in 1,000 years. Cars
Exa-
get
I mean,
buffed clean.
I mean, AJ,
Look at that. Look at that brushwork on the side there.
and look at that rock on top of that.
Hmm.
Like, do you think Battlefield Earth would be scientifically inaccurate?
They know exactly what it's gonna look like. I mean, they know
Exactly.
it's this is 1,000 years in the future, Chris. Okay, this
It's
is the
1,000
future.
years.
We're watching it. It's
I-
been written.
I just what okay, so they're like these are the frozen people. Okay. What
Mhm.
what is weird about this whole thing is like the language choices where it's like you know everything of English, but for whatever reason you don't know statue, so you're gonna call it a frozen
Yeah.
person. Like what dictated
And I
the
find
loss
that
of
weird
words?
because statues have been around since the dawn of time.
Right.
Like we've been carving statues since the beginning, and even like rudimentary rock statues, like of like babies
Yeah.
and parents and things like that. Like for him, I think Barry Pepper realizes the statue. I mean, he's not a complete Neanderthal.
Mongoloid.
See, Neanderthal is
mean-
a better word.
Even if you're living in a vagina cave, you still know what a statue is, right? Like you
Mhm.
build a statue. Like there were
Yeah.
still monuments and shit back in cave time.
I mean, if they were building like that wicked fence, I think they can build some statues. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I see why Mongoloid is bad. It's like talking about a specific people. Like
Oh, really?
Mongols. Yeah, it says indigenous people of East Asia, Southeast Asia,
Oh,
and Arctic
shit, that's
region of
really
North
bad.
America. Yeah, I didn't know
Didn't know
that.
Well, now we know.
I thought it was like a generic term for just a dumb person.
I think it is, but it also is a
Racially tinted
ethnic,
word in
yeah,
some.
Yeah.
ethnically tinted.
Well, we're
slur.
learning, right? We're learning. It's good to know that, and we won't use it anymore.
We apologize, everyone watching.
I mean, we won't use it past
Any
this
indigenous
episode.
Mongoloids, we apologize.
Yes. God damn it, AJ. Yeah. Anyways, let's take a look at this statue. Is this supposed to be somebody we recognize? Because it kind of looks like the lumberjack guy. Who...
It's just like a mechanic character.
he-
Why don't they go with like a big Bob's Boy or something? You know, something we can all be like, oh yeah, I know what that is.
like
Just a big guy with a donut. Just be like, this is
Mhm.
our god.
because they couldn't get any product placement. They're like, "Yo, do you guys want to have your product featured in a movie?" And they're like, "Fuck no, I don't want to put my
Yeah.
shit in this Scientologist fucking
Yeah,
propaganda."
That's what happens.
So they're like, let's make a big statue that looks like the lumberjack man, but instead give him a wrench. Nobody holds
That's
a
so
wrench like
stupid.
that. He holds the wrench completely wrong.
The wrench is just like a massive wrench too. It's like
A
a giant's
massive wrench.
wrench.
I'm not. Wrenches are okay. Like I'm okay with a wrench.
Yeah, well, you know, like you have like adjustable utility wrenches now, so they're kind of like whatever.
Well, what screws me up with wrenches is that then you get into the socket wrench. And it's like, well, what wrench am I supposed to be using here? A socket wrench or a normal wrench?
It
And then
depends
I
on
always
the
use
job.
the wrong one.
It's
Yeah, I
like
think
the
they're
right job for the right tool.
interchangeable, but it depends on the job.
Yeah.
See, I don't
And I feel
know.
like a regular wrench, you get more muscle and pull behind, so like
'Cause you
that
can
might
get
be
the
for a different
tension, yeah.
situation. Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly, AJ. Drinking LaCroix over there.
Yeah, you like that?
Damn, somebody must have got a raise. I don't think I've ever
Yeah.
had a LaCroix. I don't even know what it is. Is it just like,
It's just sparkling water.
oh,
Just
water?
sparkling water.
Is
yeah.
it carbonated?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Is there sugar in it?
No, it's just straight water, carbonated.
It doesn't have
No
any
sugar.
flavor,
It has like an orange flavor, but it's
but it's not sweet.
no, it's like a natural flavor.
Well,
They're
fuck.
basically like drinking flavored water. That's all it is.
Damn. Mark, how are you into LaCroix?
No, I just drink water. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just seltzer, basically.
Yeah.
I'm drinking some orange juice right now.
Nice.
That's
Orange
the,
juice at night.
Rich
Acidic.
man there, huh?
I
What
just
are
saw
orange
it in the.
up to?
I didn't know we had orange juice, and then I was like, I'm thirsty, and then I saw it was in the fridge, so I was like, I'm gonna pour myself.
Yeah, when
a
did
nice
orange
little-
juice get so fucking expensive?
Oh, everything's expensive. Have you seen
When they
meat
moved all the
prices?
orange
Crazy.
populations to Florida, that's why.
Yeah, and that shit's sinking. So like, oh shit, we left off the orchard. So fuck.
Can't ship those.
My wife like give Miranda an orange. I'm like, I don't know. That's like a lot of work.
Yeah, an
Just
orange, and it
gets
gets messy and sticky, and then you got sticky stuff over the house that you gotta clean.
She gets
Fuck
the
that.
little ones, which admittedly they are delicious, but it's like you gotta finger into it, and then by the time
Yeah.
you're done, you have like this whole rind thing.
You're better with apples if you're gonna do that.
Yeah, because an apple is like nicely packaged, and you can just bite into it. An orange you
Yeah,
can't bite into.
probably lasts a lot longer too.
The hell was that? Do you hear that?
I did.
It's the banshee.
They're coming for you. They're coming for us, guys.
Barry Pepper's screaming out for
So-
help on set.
Okay, we're back. We're back in the movie, Mark. Back.
Do you
Take
think
us back.
any of these statues or buildings would be standing in
No.
1,000 years?
I
What?
doubt it.
Not wow.
I mean, buildings can't even stand for 50 years if we have
Like
learned.
they had to shut
And
down
bridges.
the Washington Monument because it was gonna like fall over. They had to like
Yeah.
reinforce
Plus,
it.
with like
buildings-
weather, you know,
And
you got to
that's
deal with
something like-
weather.
That's less than 200 years old.
Yeah. That's
List
not
of-
making. I mean, you'd probably have like structural,
Like, you got the
you do like
pyramids.
old
I get
houses.
the pyramids. I've been
Mhm.
around for thousands of years,
Sure,
but they're
sure.
literally just
But those were built
Oh,
well.
rocks stacked on
Yeah.
top of each other in a.
I mean, we don't
formation.
build stuff well anymore. That's the other thing. We use cheap products, and that's why like these new cookie cutter houses fall apart after like 20 years. And people buy these new houses and they crack down the center. Bad investment.
See, these are just rocks.
Yeah. I feel like you would have more
Yeah,
like
that's true.
rubble. You'd have like some foundations, obviously, and like where stuff would fall and lay on foundations. But I mean, there
Yeah,
would
I-
be some buildings, but I don't think it would be certainly not skyscrapers in the
I
city.
think they would collapse. Yeah,
Yeah.
and the grounds would shift and stuff.
Yes.
The tectonic, plates, Mark.
plates.
Mark, do you ever think about the tectonic plates?
You got. I mean,
How
1,000
often-
Keep you up
years
at
from
night.
now, how far have cities actually shifted?
Shifted.
Like,
Why aren't
miles.
people getting
miles.
terrified about tectonic plates? Like we're all scared about like superstorms and water rising, but we don't talk about the tectonic plates.
We never talk
shifting.
about the tectonic plates.
That's what I'm saying. It needs like its rightful spot there, you know?
I don't even know what a fucking tectonic plate is.
It's the mantle of the crust that is ever like shifting.
That sounds kind
Shifting.
of good. Like I want to.
That's what crazy.
Think of
Mountains.
think of
Shit
Pangea
like this,
being
see?
a Pangea being a full thing, and then over time they split apart, and then you have two continents.
Mm-hmm. That's how we got the
Okay.
Appalachian Mountains.
So in 1,000 years, I would like to see a map of 1,000 years
Mhm.
ago, and see how much has changed. If land has shifted. I don't know how to do that. Everything looks
That's okay.
exactly the fucking same. Nothing would change in 1,000 years.
Do you think these guys are gonna fuck Barry Pepper over in a few?
Like,
Like shank him and take
I
his
mean, they
horse?
tried to shank him before.
I know, but they're just kind of like fucking with him now, right?
no, they're friends. I think they're gonna get picked up by aliens.
I don't know why you would be friends. I just don't understand. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Like these guys are like survivalists, right? They're like
Okay.
instincts.
I would think that I would think you meet anyone out in the open world after 1,000 years of living in caves, it
That's
would be
fair.
extremely hostile. Extremely
Really?
hostile.
Really?
Yeah, are you kidding me? That
So-
Barry Pepper's just the next meal to these guys.
If I ran into AJ, me and you ran into each other in the woods, what do you think?
Yeah, and I haven't seen a
what are you
human
thinking?
for my entire life, other than people I've been with.
Yeah,
That'd be pretty terrifying.
you'd be like, "Whoa!"
Yeah,
And
I'd
then
probably
you would want to kill
I'd
me.
probably shank you and then
Jesus.
eat you.
But I'm of the mini golf people, and I
No,
invite
I didn't
you
know that, and I didn't
to
want.
18.
I didn't want to wait
18
around to find
courses.
out because you might have shanked me first. You know,
I would shank the fuck out of you.
that's what I'm saying.
I would play
That's why I would've
super
killed you.
nice and understanding, and then as soon as your back is turned, fucking dagger right in that thing.
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
See, that's why I did. That's why I shanked you first. You knew it was coming.
I mean, in reality, I think the reason people would be so hostile is because they wouldn't be speaking the same language and understanding each other.
Yeah, that's very fair. Although
in
these
this,
guys
they
live
do.
extremely close together,
Yeah.
within a 10-minute walking distance, I find it hard that
They're
they
dressed
don't
the
know each
same.
other exist. But I guess when you live in the vagina cave, it's
Oh,
it's a
you're
sad
from
story.
the vagina cave. We're from
Gosh, look how
Mini Golf
green
Island.
it is.
Yeah, they're all
These guys
dressed the same.
also, these guys, yeah, they are dressed the same. That's the other thing. So like, between factions, these factions had to have met in some form or another, but for the clothing they'll all be the same style. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me otherwise.
Yeah.
And especially like Barry Pepper's guys, we said they live up in the mountains. You think they'd be more like built up with like heavy furs and things to protect them from the harsh winds, and the
Boots with
climate.
the
And
fur, AJ.
it would make sense for these guys down in the woods to have lighter materials. You know what I mean?
Yeah, mini golf island. You would think they would have something to hold their mini golf
Yeah, like club holders
club
or something.
holders. So they like wield their club holders.
Mhm.
A pouch for their
And
balls.
where's the scene of them praying to the gods of the mini golf course? That's the
Yeah.
scene we want.
Exactly. They pray to like the hole-in-one like
That'd be
end
cool.
thing where you put your ball in the end.
They do sacrifices to them.
Maybe these aren't the
That's where
mini
they-
golf guys. Instead, they're the guys who killed the mini golf guys.
Oh,
'Cause
shit.
That's what fucking happens.
Yeah.
They do human sacrifices
real
at
life.
the mini
Yeah.
golf course, and they have to drop the head in the machine that bigs down to see if you won a free hole or whatever.
This is exciting stuff. I'm really curious to see where the next minute goes.
I'm hoping we see some aliens soon.
Oh god, we got like
I
half
like
hour
it.
for
I
aliens,
like
right?
a post-apocalyptic, overgrown city. Like this thing
No, it
Yeah.
looks
holds me.
good.
It's cool.
It looks good. A little too good. What do you got? Banshees on the roof?
I don't know what they're screaming about. Miranda's like hollering for something.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
No, it
Alright.
looks good.
Anything else then with minute 10? Like,
I don't think so. I'm curious to see what other parts of the city we see. I mean, look at this. They boarded up every window.
where do you think this
We
was
don't have
actually
glass.
filmed?
They just board them up.
There's something interesting that one guy was saying was like, to AJ's point that we're not going to see aliens. He was talking about like the gods
Yeah.
have left and they don't come back
Yes.
because like the frozen, like this is the frozen person. He was a god and this is what happened to him, and like so all the gods are gone.
I mean,
So-
I
I
would
think they
have
meant with
preferred it
that,
if
like,
it was.
So do you
no
think
God.
the gods are aliens?
Well, I think gods are going to be John Travolta and some Scientologists.
Oh, I
think
know
there
who's screaming.
are.
Amy's screaming because she's playing that new Rainbow Six tag match thing. And they're up there playing that, and she's screaming like a maniac.
Wow, screaming.
Because it's terrifying. I
She's
guess.
addicted to that, man.
Addicted.
Addicted.
Do you think John
Good,
Travolta
good.
is actually an alien, like in real life? Like he is a Scientology
I think-
from Planet
I
Darth
think-
on 5 or
I
whatever?
I think
honestly
he believes
think-
he is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's very conservative, right? Because he's a
I don't
Scientologist. Yeah, I'm
Are they
pretty sure he is.
conservative?
I mean, he's like a family guy. Yeah, oh yeah. I think
I
a lot
knew
of them
that.
are. Not all of them, but I think a lot of them
Okay.
are. And I think with John Travolta, and what I've been learning, and even like his recent work, is I think he just like picks to unite himself with like really bad artists all the time.
Well-
Like he's a bad judge of like art and characters.
He did do that movie with Fred Durst, so
That's
he's
what I'm
kinda wrong
saying. They're
there.
like really good friends.
Yeah, Fred Durst is
And I watched
talented.
it, and it was like I was shocked by how bad it was. I thought it would be like, okay, like I'll give it a shot.
Well, that's what
but it
movie
was
we're
just-
doing after this.
It was just a fan remade, and then kind of making fun of mentally handicapped people at the same time, which was kind of awful. so.
I believe they're called Mongoloids, AJ.
Oh.
Just kidding. Just kidding. All right, that's the last time we use that word.
Yeah. So I just think
so-
he makes poor choices.
Or great choices.
I mean, he worked really hard to make this movie and saved up all this money to do it. You know, this is basically a lot of his money was put into this,
I
right?
mean,
I
lost
would
money
say
though?
that prior to this,
No, it
movie,
made money.
He wasn't making that bad of choices.
Broken
but
Arrow.
then-
Yeah.
Is cool.
Broken Arrow's cool. Pulp Fiction was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
True.
Well, Pulp Fiction was like his
Um,
comeback.
What was the other one? Like General's
So-
Daughter or something? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Lucky Numbers.
Swordfish.
That was a bad
Ooh,
choice.
that was a good one too. Yeah, I think
Michael?
that came out after this, but
Michael.
Michael, yeah, Phenomenon,
Phenomenon.
Yeah, he's making great movies.
Look Who's Talking.
dude, those were big movies. Phenomenon,
Yeah,
I
those
remember. Phenomenon.
Everybody remembers
That
Phenomenon.
Eric Clapton song.
Yeah.
God damn.
Tears in Heaven. Did you know my name? If I saw you in heaven.
Oh, Get Shorty was good.
Nobody joined in on Tears in Heaven, and it could have been something magical, and you guys fucking ruined it.
Eric Clapton's
A
out
dickhead.
for me.
Yes.
Yeah, he's
He's
out.
canceled. He's hashtag canceled.
He's canceled.
He's fucking out. But Tears in Heaven, touching song, was about his
Beautiful.
son fell
Absolutely.
off
Oh.
the balcony and
Oh.
died or whatever.
Wild Hogs, another great Travolta classic. I mean,
Wild
he's
Hogs.
making great movies. Teaming up with Tim Allen, what can go wrong?
Listen, in the 90s, he was doing really good. At the end of the 90s, he made a very poor decision with his movie. And I think it
Yeah.
affected his movie career.
I think it affected everyone.
since
I,
then.
I feel like Barry Pepper's still trying to bounce back. None of these guys talk about this at all. Like they refuse to
Would
talk
you?
about it. Yeah, like they don't.
I
talk
mean,
about it.
what did you just talk like in a like looking back on it 22 years ago? Like,
No.
No, I
remember
think
that
you're scared of.
fucking movie we made.
I think you're scared of Scientologists
fuck
and the
were we
power that they
thinking?
have in Hollywood. I
No,
don't think
you
you're
just-
gonna do that because it'll hurt your
Yeah.
reputation.
You just don't bring it up.
Dude,
You're like, I don't-
Scientology
I'm
is
not-
canceled. Who cares about talking about Scientology?
Tom Cruise does.
Tom Cruise does, and he'll fucking get you.
Look how
in the
Mission
night.
Impossible, your face.
Dude,
Not
that guy
careful.
can fly on fucking helicopters and jets and shit while they're flying there.
That's
He'll
right.
come fucking get you, Mark. In the middle of the night, he'll ninja into your room. He'll fucking.
This guy can
shank
jump up
you.
and down on Oprah's couch and get away
Yeah.
with it. He can do anything, Mark.
Yeah, he probably
Anything.
shit on that couch. Yeah, Mark. Think about that tonight when you're shutting your little.
I mean,
peepers of
John
yours,
Dr-
going
I
to
mean,
sleep, sweet
Tom Cruise
dreams.
is so powerful. He was able to cancel Brendan Fraser and do the Mummy himself.
Yeah, yeah. Mark, you're gonna be.
No,
get
Brendan
your-
Fraser canceled himself, and Tom Cruise was like, "Hey,
Swooped right in.
Mark, you're gonna.
I'll take
you're gonna
this one."
rest your little head on your pillow tonight, and then, hey Jack, and Tom Cruise is gonna be jumping on your bed, and you're fucking dead, Mark. That's what
He'd just
happens.
be in my closet, and I'd be like, "Tom, why are you in the closet? Come out of the closet."
I don't think Tom Cruise is gay. I think John Travolta.
I don't think John.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think Tom Cruise is gay either. But
I think
John
John
Travolta.
Travolta is right. Isn't that what they say?
not that
John
there's anything
Travolta?
wrong with that.
No, of course not. I don't care. No, we're not here to judge. We're not a judgmental.
I feel like Tom
Podcast.
Cruise is just crazy.
Yeah.
Like he's
All
like
right, I take back that we're not here to judge. All right,
he's
we
like
clearly are.
artistic. He's like artistic crazy. He's artistic crazy.
And I
is-
kind of respect him for that
Mhm.
aspect of himself. Like
He's
he
obsessive, yeah.
demands.
He is.
Yeah, he demands the
Satisfaction.
best.
You know he's
out of
he's
people that- 'cause
dyslexic,
he,
too.
He knows that they are able to deliver that, and like he.
He's got some drive. I'll grant him that.
I read somewhere he's dyslexic and he has to like read his scripts backwards or something weird like that. He has like a very strange process for it.
Backwards. Probably.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
That isn't what dyslexia is. It just means like you read a sentence and you misplace 2 words or something.
Well, there's like variations of it. This is the thing.
I guess.
Mark, you don't know.
Sorry.
Fucking talk. I'm so tired of you talking shit on Tom Cruise. Okay.
Yeah.
I love Tom Cruise.
Seriously, Mark.
I hate
What did the man-
Scientology.
What did the man ever do to you? Okay. Besides,
It's like Michael Jackson.
hours and hours
I
of
love
entertainment.
Michael Jackson's music, but the man was a pedophile. So.
was he? I thought he wasn't.
Well-
I don't. I think it's unknown.
It's unknown, but it
It's
probably
unknown, but it
is.
was when you're in that specific area and there's like a lot of gray, you're like, all right. We'll
I mean,
just-
I wouldn't send my kids over there, but
Yeah,
I wouldn't
no, I
definitively
wouldn't
say
either.
he was. Is all I'm saying.
I would never let my kids go over to Michael Jackson's house, but I'm rocking out to his.
All right, guys.
Yeah, I think that's a good.
I think we got to move on to the next minute.
All right, that's gonna do it for minute 10 of Battlefield Earth. We'll catch you next minute in Battlefield Earth, minute 11. This is the sign off. That was good.
Angle shots. Angle shots. Slide out.
Battlefield. Earth. Battlefield. Earth.